When I first started coming to St. Paul's, I mean, the first thing that drew us to coming, we had been to 2 church plants in Nebraska and Indiana, so we were ready for a more established church because church plants are a little exhausting. So we were looking for a place that had elders and deacons and just established order a bit much. And I remember looking at websites of the churches around town, and not a lot of them mentioned the word PCA, and I don't know, some of them had elders and some of them didn't, and St. Paul's was just in Midtown, and I just decided to give it a try, and Matt was gone. So we went and we walked in. I was with Matt's parents and some of our friends, and the assistant pastor Hung came up and started talking to us, and it just seemed just like a really good, down-to-earth place, and I really liked that about it. There was a certain rawness when I first came to St. Paul's, and I think that also was part of just the diversity of the people there, I think that was partially also just the smell and also just the building itself, but I think there was also just something more beautiful about the church, and that it wasn't ultra presentable and just put together. There was just kind of, that you could see the cracks and the windows, and just, I mean, there was grime on it, but you could tell the people there were loved. I think one of the moments I can remember that was maybe most transformative, or continues to be transforming in my life, is going to one of the Sunday schools at St. Paul's, and I was kind of sitting in the back with some more of the neighborhood people that had walked in, and I just remember, I don't know if it had been a bad week or what had happened, so I was just kind of carrying around my own baggage that Sunday, and I walked in. There were just a couple people that were sitting next to me, from the streets, and just hearing, their thoughts on the Sunday school, and just communicating with them. It just was, I don't know, it was just really transformative for my heart just to hear the gospel. Everybody at St. Paul's can preach the gospel to you. I can learn the gospel from anybody who walks through that door, and I think that's the picture of the gospel, just seeing Christ transforming people in front of you and your own life, and he can use anybody. And I think I just walked away from that being wow, I took all this to church with me, and I was able to let it go because of just hearing, I don't know, other people talk about their faith. As we've continued to go, I just see these very small actions that people are performing, and I'm seeing that they really do care about everyone who's coming to church, even if it's not the most obvious, but there's just a lot of people behind the scenes working and loving on people, and I think that's just really beautiful. So I think for people who don't know the Lord coming to St. Paul's, I wish that they knew that they really aren't going to be judged. I know that that's something that people will really say, oh, church people are judgmental, and this is everyone can have a bad day and be judgmental, or just be just a horrible person. But I feel at St. Paul's, there genuinely is just, people want to know you. I don't know, there's something beautiful about St. Paul's, and just kind of, it's not perfect, and the building's not perfect, but I feel, I don't know, at St. Paul's you can really get a feeling of just a need and a brokenness, and I think that's, as a Christian, you really need to see that, because you need to see the brokenness, and in order to see the brokenness, then that's how you can be transformed through the gospel. I'm excited to see where God leads us in the future, especially with this Next Step campaign. I think it's gonna really help, with transforming our space and helping us to grow bigger, because in order to grow bigger, we'll have more people to help serve in all these different capacities that, some of those numbers are small right now, so I think that's about it.